All right, well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Water System Plan Customer Informational and Water Use Efficiency meeting. Let me make sure I'm not muted real quick. This is also a Water Use Efficiency Goal Setting meeting. I thank you for joining us today. Let's get started. So first, some quick logistics. Your microphones and cameras are turned off by default. A recording of this presentation will be posted online along with the questions that you asked and our answers to them. For more information and for making online comments, please use this link here, which is also available from the Public Works website, the homepage. So it should be fairly easy to find, but please let me know if you have any questions or issues finding that. Some quick Zoom instructions. Use the Q&A to submit any questions or comments or requests for technical assistance. And these questions about the plan will be answered towards the end of the presentation. And we may be able to open up the microphone if that's good for you. And to find the Q&A button, look towards the bottom of your screen and you should be able to find it. Please don't use the chat or the raise hand options, just the Q&A. And if you click that button, this is the box that should pop up or something similar to that. So some quick introductions. Today we have Tim Wilson, the Water Resources Division Manager, with us. Kevin Patching, the Utility Operations Supervisor, may be able to join us at some point, and April Lee, the Outreach Supervisor. And finally, myself, Torrin Valdez, I'm the Project Manager for these water system plans, and I fill the Water Resources Planner role at Thurston County. The agenda for today's meeting begins with a quick overview regarding today's topics. Then we will provide descriptions of the Part A water system plan and then the Part B water system plans. This will be followed by further details on the water use efficiency program before getting into the proposed water use efficiency goals for the Tamoshan water system, during which we will request your feedback. The informational descriptions of a Part A and Part B water system plans will provide context necessary for feedback during the proposed water use efficiency goal section. A quick overview. Today we will be describing the water system plans that are currently in development, as well as the water use efficiency program, which is a part of these plans. At the end of this presentation, we will be requesting feedback regarding proposed water use efficiency goals. These water system plans, once approved, will put the utilities in compliance with state laws, including the municipal water law, as well as Department of Health requirements. These plans will also make us eligible for water utility grants and loans and will set the water utilities up for continued success. A customer informational meeting and a water use efficiency goal setting meeting are also required by the Department of Health as a part of the water system planning process. We decided we would combine the two to provide that context that will help for better discussion when we get to the water use efficiency goals. So to begin, what is a water system plan? Per the Department of Health, the primary goal of a water system plan is to identify current water demands and the future water needs so that available resources can be applied efficiently in order to provide high quality service at the lowest possible cost while protecting community health. There are generally two parts to a water system plan. Part A, which discusses all water systems operated by Public Works, and Part B, which are system specific for systems that require additional planning. Water system plans cover management and operations practices, water system programs and policies, as well as the water use efficiency program. Water system plans are updated every 5 to 10 years, with Part A being updated roughly every 5 years. So getting into Part A, the Part A water system plan, it is important to note that Thurston County owns and operates 3 water systems. That is Boston Harbor, Grand Mound, and Tamoshan. Part A applies to all 3 of these systems, so it is a general plan. So what is in a Part A water system plan? Part A includes general policies and standards used to manage and operate all water systems owned and operated by Thurston County. Service area policies describe the policies for providing water service to customers and for new connections to the water utilities. Performance and design criteria essentially describe the criteria for providing reliable and safe water service, including criteria for establishing system capacity standards, which consider water demand, water pressure requirements, source reliability, fire suppression storage needs, and other water storage needs to meet customer demands and water utility requirements. The Capital Improvements Program in the Part A Water System Plan provides a brief overview of the capital improvements planned over the next several years for each utility. The capital improvements programs can include maintenance activities as well as improvement projects. The Water Use Efficiency Program ensures water is distributed efficiently and describes compliance with the Water Use Efficiency Rule as part of the municipal water law, which requires that all sources and customer service connections be metered, which has already been implemented by Thurston County. Here's a copy of the capital facilities plan for the 3 water utilities, which includes improvement and maintenance program costs for each water utility over the next 6 years. We will likely need to update the Part A water system plan around 2026, but this timeline depends on the Department of Health's approval period for the water system plans. There may be updates to these projected costs, timelines, and projects between now and adoption and beyond because these are estimated timelines and costs for completing these projects and programs. The capital facilities plan is important because it shows that we are actively planning and preparing for maintaining and improving our water utilities over time to tackle any issues that may arise. And this red rectangle highlights the improvements and maintenance specific to the Tamoshan water system. So we definitely stay busy with these water utilities. The Part A water system plan also describes the county operation and maintenance program. This program ensures that the water utility is operated safely and efficiently. Qualified personnel per Department of Health standards operate and maintain the county's water utilities. Maintenance of all systems, controls, and components follow routine and periodic schedules as is applicable to those systems and components. Water quality monitoring ensures that water is safe for customers to consume and that any water quality issues are identified and addressed ahead of distribution to our customers. The Emergency Response Program provides the protocols for many different emergency situations, such as fires, earthquakes, and many other possible major emergencies, including a call-up list for notifying the appropriate parties and authorities. The Cross-Connection Control Program reduces the potential for water line contamination through backflow into the distribution system, ensuring safe water supplies for our customers. A Part A water system plan that is adopted by the Board of County Commissioners and accepted by the Department of Health can also satisfy satellite management agency requirements as well as municipal water law requirements. This is necessary to manage the county's water rights associated with these systems and for Thurston County to continue operating these water systems. As stated earlier, this also makes the county eligible for utility grants and loans. Now we will discuss Part B water system plans. Part B water system plans are system specific and are required for systems that meet certain criteria that require greater planning documentation. Part B water system plans are required for systems that are expanding, such as Grand Mound, systems that are serving outside of the approved retail service area, such as Boston Harbor, and for systems making additions, extensions, or changes to water source or system infrastructure. Tamoshan does not need a Part B water system plan at this time. However, we wanted to let you know that Part B water system plans are being developed for Boston Harbor and Grand Mound. Part B water system plans identify current water demands for particular water systems, future water needs based on current trajectory, and that available resources are applied efficiently. They include technical, managerial, and financial plans to ensure sustainability of service, quality, and supply of water into the future. Now we will go over water use for the Tamoshan water system. This graph illustrates water use at Tamoshan from 2012 to 2019. The vertical axis on the left side of the image, or also known as the y-axis of the graph, represents million gallons per year and is in increments of 1 million gallons. Time in years is along the horizontal axis, or the x-axis, and goes from 2012 to 2019. The blue column represents the amount of water produced and pumped into the reservoir each year. The orange columns are the amount of water consumed each year. And as can be seen in the graph, water production and consumption increased from 2012 to 2013, but then decreased in 2014. Since then, it has been really very consistent. Some years experienced higher leakage, which is indicated by a larger difference between production and consumption. That said, leakage from 2012 to 2019 was low for this water system. You can see a few high points in 2012, 2013, and 2015. This table communicates much of the same information, just numerically, as the previous graph. However, this table has more details on leakage, which is indicated by distribution system leakage, abbreviated DSL. It also contains the number of connections and gallons per day consumed per connection. So here's the estimated number of connections along with the gallons per day consumed per connection over time. As you can see by looking at the gallons per day per connection column, water consumption has been pretty consistent since 2015 when it dropped below 200 gallons per day per connection. So distribution system leakage, which we'll refer to as leakage for simplicity, represents the amount of water that entered the distribution system but was lost. This can include documented leaks or overflows as well as apparent leaks. Leakage has been consistently low since 2013 and has been below 10% since 2012. A 3-year leakage average greater than 10% requires the implementation of a water loss control action plan. Total annual water production and consumption has also been very consistent since 2016. To summarize water use for the Tamoshan water system, overall from 2012 to 2019, leakage, production, and consumption have been consistent in this water system. Since leakage has been below 10% of water production, a water loss control action plan is not required for this water system. Estimated daily use per connection has also been consistently around 200 gallons per day per connection, and recently just under the 200 gallons per day per connection mark. Before we get into water use efficiency, let's take some time to go over any questions regarding the water system plans.
I'm going to open up our attendees' microphones. Simply ask your question, or you can also type it in the Q&A. We don't have any questions so far. I'll continue to answer as you continue the presentation, Torin.
Sounds great. Thank you, April. All right, now let's discuss water use efficiency goal setting for the Tamoshan water system. So what is a water use efficiency program? It is a plan that is intended to increase water demand efficiency while also providing a safe and reliable water supply. The goals of this program are to improve water production and distribution efficiency and to enhance efficient use by customers. These goals are achieved through water-saving activities and by adopting policies, ordinances, bylaws, and resolutions when necessary. A water use efficiency program is required in the Part A water system plan and should include each water system owned by the county. The water use efficiency program must include goals for each water system. This is where we are requesting your feedback. For the Tamoshan water system, we are proposing that over the 10-year planning period, household consumption is reduced by 3% by 2030, that average day water usage is maintained at or below 200 gallons per day per connection, and that water leakage is maintained below 10% of water production. Boston Harbor and Grand Mountain have the same goals, except that Grand Mountain has an additional goal pertaining to the Great Wolf Lodge. Please keep in mind that these are goals. While failure to meet the leakage goal will require a water loss control action plan by Thurston County, the others do not necessarily result in consequences. That said, we want to be as efficient as possible in production and distribution of water and highly encourage our customers to use water efficiently. Please continue to look for water use efficiency best practices within Thurston County's consumer confidence reports, which are distributed annually to reduce water consumption or to maintain lower water consumption. As homes continue to update their water fixtures over the years, water production and consumption should remain low and possibly improve. With regard to leakage, the Department of Health recognizes that leakage at or below 10% is a realistic marker for efficient water system management that allows utilities some flexibility to address leakage without burdening the utility. So I'll pause here for a second to give our attendees some time to just go over these goals and start providing any feedback that they have using the Q&A. Okay, just a few more seconds, and then I'll proceed to the next steps for these water system plans. Okay, proceeding. Next steps for the water system plans are to complete updates to the Part A and Part B water system plans in September and October of this year, during which they will also go through the State Environmental Policy Act comment processes. Then, once any necessary adjustments or updates have been made, the plans will be submitted to the Department of Health for review. This may require additional edits, but once made, the Board of County Commissioners will be briefed on their status, and then a public hearing will be set with the Board of County Commissioners in January of 2022. Finally, we are planning for the water system plans to be adopted and for the Department of Health to accept the plans in February of 2022. This is an estimated timeline, however, so it could change as we proceed and as any feedback we receive needs to be addressed. In the meantime, you can contribute by learning more about water conservation practices by reading the Tamoshan Consumer Confidence Report, a link to which is provided here and can be found on our website. We would also love to receive feedback regarding the water system plans and the proposed water use efficiency goals, which can be submitted on the Thurston County Public Works website, a link to which is also provided here and can also be found on the Public Works website. So before closing, let's go over any remaining questions that you may have so that we can tackle any concerns.
No questions or comments, Torin.
Great. I hope that means I'm doing well. Well, thanks again for attending the water system plan and water use efficiency goal setting meeting. We greatly appreciate your participation. And here's some general Public Works contact information, as well as my direct email address and phone number. If you have any questions regarding these or the water use efficiency goals, please feel free to reach out and to use the comment forms available at the links previously described and on Thurston County's website. I hope you have a great day, and thanks again for taking time out of your schedule to join us.
Thank you.
April, I do see a Q&A popped up. It looks like a question may have popped up. Am I looking at the right thing?
Yes, we just had one. Debbie is asking, Torin, could increasing drought cause the county to increase the usage reduction in the water utility?
That's a good question, Debbie. Generally, we ask ahead of in any drought situations that customers stay informed on the drought and adjust their water usage to account or to accommodate such a drought and prevent any water use or water availability issues. Over time, if the drought continues, this may come down to certain asks to reduce water usage. And Tim, do you have any additional information on that?
I would just add, Torin, that the water and sewer utility codes that we're in the process of updating build in the ability for the county to initiate conservation messaging and conservation restrictions should there be drought or should there be pump failure or something similar within the system. So we're working on a different front to take that forward.
Thanks, Tim. And Debbie, I'd also like to add that's a really good way to emphasize the importance of that water use efficiency program. It's great to be mindful of your water consumption even during non-drought times so that we have that water availability to everyone as time goes on, especially in drought situations. So that means just being mindful of when you're turning on your water, making sure you're not leaving it on if you're brushing your teeth, and those pretty easy to follow recommendations, and also to make sure that any appliances that you have in your home are use water efficiently. And then there's also plenty of great tips in the Thurston County Consumer Confidence Reports for each of the water utilities. And a good one that I like to encourage is just the use of native plants that are evolved to survive in the Thurston County area that might use less water than plants from other parts of the world. So thanks again for your question. I hope that answered it. Please let us know if there's anything you have that was left unanswered. Great, thanks, Debbie. Appreciate the confirmation. Well, I don't see any more questions. So I suppose we can wrap it up then. April, does that sound okay to you as well?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Debbie, for your time, and thanks for attending and listening to our presentation. I hope that you just gained some information regarding what the county has going on regarding the water system plans, and please have a look at our website, go through the different documentation that we've supplied in there, and if you have any comments or anything else that you would like to provide regarding the water use efficiency goals and the water system plans, please provide it in that comment or reach out to me directly if you're more comfortable doing that. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have or get that information for you. Yeah, so I just, again, appreciate your time.
Thank you. We will also be posting these videos on the water utility website as well.
Great. Thanks, April. I'll stop sharing my screen now. And we can wrap up the meeting. Thanks again. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.